Hi you, and welcome to another video here from the Temple of Cornwall. My name's Rebecca Burgess and I'm the creatrix and current Mother Priestess of the Temple of Cornwall. And the temple itself is currently raising funds in order to create the first permanent public temple here in Cornwall. So if you can hear cars and stuff going by, it's a very hot day and man nor beast will make me close my window. So you'll just have to put up with a bit of extra sound this week. So this video is going to be all about emotional blocks, kind of what are they, how can we realise we've got them, why we would want to release them, and how to do just that. So come with me as we go on another famous Rebecca ramble as I take you through this. If you've got pens and paper ready to furiously take notes, then come with me. So emotional blocks, what are they? These are beliefs that we have about ourselves, our reality, the world around us that hold us back from certain things. So they can manifest in many different ways. But if you would be, I'm trying to think of a really good example to use for this video. If we take the example of you believe the phrase, I am not worthy, you don't feel worthy of anything, you have a real low self-worth. So your emotional block is that you believe you are not worthy. So this would manifest in your life in a plethora of ways, but it would stop your manifestations. You know, if you're trying to manifest your dream car, whilst you're doing the manifestation work, there'll still be that block in your head telling you, yeah, but I don't deserve the car. So yeah, you can do all the manifestations or the spells, rituals that you want, but you're not going to get it because you don't deserve it, which isn't true. But it's that belief and that emotional blockage. That emotional block also creates like an energetic block as well around you. Know, it will affect your aura, it will affect your spiritual potency as well in certain areas of your spiritual and physical life. And they'll also manifest, again going with the I am not worthy phrase, which I think is a very common one for a lot of people. That phrase, I'm not worthy, that belief, that manifests in so many different ways, you know, placing yourself unintentionally in disempowering situations because they're the situations you believe yourself worthy of, putting yourself, you know, not putting yourself forward for promotions. That'd be a fly. It's a fly, okay. Not putting yourself forward for promotions or great opportunities because you don't believe that you're worthy or capable enough of doing so. So that singular emotional block of I am not worthy will manifest itself in so many different ways, different avenues in your life. Now, why would you want to release them? I mean, with the phrase I am not worthy, it's really easy to see why you would want to release that particular emotional block. But with, you know, if you take any emotional block, I'm trying to think of some of mine in the past. I don't have my little book of workings out on me. No, I don't. But you know, there's many, like I am not worthy, obviously. I'm not responsible enough. I'm not, I can't think of any of my past ones, which is good. It means I've worked through them. But you will intrinsically and intuitively know if you've got any, you know, what emotional blocks are at the forefront of your mind and in your energetic field. So whatever your emotional block may be, whether it's the I am not worthy or something completely different, releasing that whilst it, you know, having that belief, that block is almost weirdly comforting because it's probably been with you since, you know, you were a young child. So having that will feel like a comfort blanket of sorts. So releasing it will, you know, you'll probably be a bit apprehensive to begin with, to say the least, but it's also working through that apprehension, knowing that greatness and, you know, all the great things are on the other side of the releasing. So yes, releasing any blocks. What's the point? What would it bring you? First of all, this is in no particular order, but first of all, it would bring you massive amount of freedom. It would bring you the freedom to go for that job opportunity. It would bring you the freedom to get your dream car. It would bring you just emotional and energetic freedom to kind of see your manifestations completely through. And emotional blocks are probably the number one reason why manifestations don't come true, why they don't manifest into realities, because you're, you know, beavering away doing all the hard work on the manifestation, but you're not doing the emotional work. You're not doing the uncomfortable work. You're doing the nice things like affirmations in the mirror and little rituals, which are all lovely and very important. But I find if I haven't done the emotional work, it just never follows through. Or if it does, that it doesn't really follow through in the way that I intended. Like if it's, take dream car, for example. Sorry, my dog's trying to chase that fly now, if you can hear her. Betty, come here. All right. Where was I? Yes. So take the dream car and that I am not worthy scenario again. So if you're not doing the emotional work, you've done all your affirmations, you've done a ritual to bring a new car into your life, you've made space, all that lovely stuff. If you haven't done the emotional work to think I'm worthy of my dream car, then you might get your dream car, but the engine falls out. Or, can that even happen? A mechanic can let me know in the comments. But, something will go wrong with the car, or it won't be, you'll get your dream car, but it won't be quite the right colour or how you envisioned it. Or even, you'll get the brand of car, but not the make that you wanted. If that makes sense. That's the right way. Things will just be slightly off. It won't quite be what you really wanted. So you'll have the freedom to help with your manifestations and all your manifestations, whether that emotional block you think is relevant to whatever you're trying to manifest. Your manifestations will just become kind of expanded a lot easier. That things will flow to you. You will attract things a lot easier when you start releasing these emotional blockages, as and when you're ready to. I'm never a fan of, for myself or advising other people just to barrel along through stuff like this, because you've got to be ready. You've got to, dip your toes in it first and then decide if you want to dive in at the deep end straight away. And also the releasing of the emotional blockages can help us with shadow work. So you don't have to do this in order to release the emotional blocks in order to manifest or do these really lovely things. It can just be shadow work. Now I'll probably make a note of this, do another video all on shadow work and the importance of it. It'll hopefully be next week's, but heads up, things are a bit weird at home right now. So if I'm a little bit absent over the next couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, then I'm just needing some time to do my own shadow work. But yes, still here, still working, just a bit more quietly maybe now and then. But yes, where was I? I've rambled. I've gone off piste. Shadow work. Yes, so the process that I'll talk you through in a second, doing that can just be for shadow work. It doesn't have to be for manifesting or anything like that. It can just be, to kind of dive a bit deeper into yourself. Okay, I have this negative belief about myself or my reality. Why do I have that? Where does that come from? Am I okay with having that? Do I want to change that? All the things that shadow work, which I'll tell you about hopefully next week, can show you, can teach you about yourself. And then along with shadow work, obviously, you get lots of other benefits, which I'll talk you through soon. But mainly acceptance and gentleness towards yourself, which are always lovely things to have. I always think people need to be a bit more accepting and gentle with themselves. So, the big question, I can't believe we're only on 8 minutes. I feel like I've gone off track at least 3 times. And we're only on 8 minutes. Usually by this point, we're on a good solid 15-minute mark. So I'm impressed. I hope you guys are. So how to release these blocking emotions and energies. So there are plenty of beautiful guided meditations, both by myself and other people, that you can do to help with this. There's also plenty of rituals, ceremonies, all sorts that you can do, all of which are beautiful and perfect and right at the right time. But I'm constantly, as a priestess who's also in charge of a temple, I'm constantly walking that line of pragmatism and spiritualism. So I'm very much, I like to have a pen and paper. I like to work things out and then do the spiritual side of them. So what I do, the pen and paper part of the releasing of the blocks is this. So I write out my emotional block. So again, taking the emotional block, the negative belief of I am not worthy. You don't have to have a kind of caveat to that of I am not worthy of my dream car or whatever. Just the singular belief of I am not worthy will be a solid, fantastic standalone. And I think everybody should do this, whether you believe yourself to have a high or low self-worth is kind of not important to this, because we all have aspects of ourselves that believe we are not worthy of something. So it's worth doing this whether you think you're the most worthy person in the world, which we are. You all are. But yeah, just to kind of explore this part of yourself as well. So yes, write out the belief, I am not worthy, and really as you're writing that, feel into your body and your mind how they react. So in my body, for example, when I say that, I feel a tightness around my heart energy center. Also a little bit my so your sacral, not sacral, solar plexus. Your solar plexus there. And then my breathing gets quite shallow. Sometimes it stops completely, just for a few seconds. And my jaw tenses and my shoulders get a bit tight. It's just a real like hunkering, like, I don't like that. So that for me kind of indicates where I feel that blockage the most. Obviously heart chakra, solar plexus, and throat chakra as well, which if you know about my past with my ex-husband, then you'll know that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, feel into you where that, that might be your root chakra. It could be your third eye if you've had negative experiences with covens or something in the past, a ritual that didn't go right or something. Yeah, you could have negative beliefs of that I am, this could be I am not worthy of connecting to the divine. That could be these two chakras, that way you feel that. So yeah, kind of take note of that, because then you'll be able to be more aware of the spiritual impact of that phrase and that emotional block as well. So you've written down, I am not worthy. You've felt into yourself, how does that make you feel physically and emotionally? So now I want to look at, what is your block? Like why is that true? Is that statement, I am not worthy, true? I want you to write how true, and use empirical evidence. I'm going back to my philosophy A level there. Empirical evidence, and I hope this is right, it's been many years, is the physical evidence. So like I can prove that there's a tarot card right in front of me now because I can show you the tarot card that's right in front of me. That I believe would be empirical evidence, but physical proof is what you want reality proof that's grounded in reality, so that I am not worthy, even though you might think that to be true, it's not true. It is empirically not true. There is no proof that you are unworthy. You are not inherently a bad person, unless you're Ted Bundy, then in which case, yes you are. But I think everyone watching this video would not be a bad person. So you want to write out why that's not true. Even though your mind at this point, this will be where you're like, oh no, this is a comforting thought. Why are we trying to disprove this? We'll try and be like, no, but it is true. Like, do you remember that one time that this one person said this one thing? Your mind will start bringing back memories that you had long forgotten. So do brace yourself for that. But it's, as those memories come up or those feelings come up, you can kind of disprove those as well. Like, okay, yes, that one person said that one thing that one time, but their opinion is irrelevant. I don't talk to them anymore. They have no impact on my life. Their opinion means absolutely nothing to me or about me. Kind of working through them there. So yeah, so just like a really brief example, so that I am not worthy. Is this true? No, categorically not true. I can prove that is, how to phrase it, I can prove that I am worthy because I'm a child of the divine. I can prove I am worthy because, I've done amazing things with my life. People enjoy my company. I'm helpful. I'm friendly. I'm, always grateful. I'm connected to the earth. There's so many reasons, big or small, whatever they may be, of reasons why me and you are worthy of our heart's desires, whatever they may be. So then I want you to write what is the truth. So you've written out your negative belief, you've felt into yourself, you've asked yourself whether that belief is true to any extent beyond the emotional truth. Does this emotional belief have any grounding in reality? And then write about what you want your new truth to be. So again, taking the I am not worthy route, you want to be worthy, you want to feel worthy. So you want your new truth to be, I am worthy. And write out what you want to be worthy of. I am worthy of self-love. I am worthy of my dream car. I am worthy of a fantastic partner. I am worthy of my dream house. I am worthy of spiritual connection, yada, 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 so on and so on. And then as you're writing out your truth, it doesn't have to be a list, just whatever works for you. Then at the end of that, you should have in your new truth section, lots of potential new affirmations. So I've got a load of my current affirmations in front of me. So here you go. I am strong. That was, one of my, because I'm going through a fitness journey right now. And so that's one of my affirmations. One of my negative beliefs, I think, was that I'm too weak to do like weightlifting and stuff like that. So I tell myself I am strong. I will be strong. I have faith in myself. I'm the queen of my reality. All these things, things that I've worked through. I can't always remember the original negative belief, which again is good. You want to get to that point where you're just like, this is a nice affirmation. So that those were all affirmations that I've gotten from the, what do I want my truth to be section of this kind of emotional clearing. And then, after that, you're left with your list of one or more lovely affirmations. And then you can, if you want to, then go on to burn or do a releasing ritual with the your negative belief written on it. So, just take a new scrap of paper and write, I am not worthy, or whatever your belief, emotional block, might be. And then whatever your preferred method for releasing. So that could be, burning and releasing it into the wind. It could be releasing it into water or burying it in earth, whatever you prefer. And just as you're releasing, I'm sure you want to know how to do releasing rituals. If you're not sure and you'd like me to do a video, can't talk. If you're not sure and you would like me to do a video on it, just leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to do that after next week's, hopefully, shadow work one. So then you're left with a sense of release and kind of, you've cleared that emotional block, and then you've got the new affirmations to kind of fill in that hole, because we all know that if you empty energy, if you create empty space, naturally the cosmos and the universe would want to fill that. So you want to make sure it's being filled with the right energy, the nice new content, if you like. Sorry if you can hear that. So those new affirmations will fill that hole quite nicely, will fill that empty space with the new beliefs that you want to fill yourself and your energy with. And that brings us nicely to the end of the video. A nice 20-minute. How lovely is that? So I'm trying to think if I've got anything to tell you all relevant. Oh yes, the scholarship, that's still open. We're getting some amazing entries. My goodness, you're all so talented. The scholarship is still open for the Priestess of Cornwall training. It's open to men, women and non-binaries as well. And any links that I've mentioned and the link to the scholarship and the Priestess course in general will be left in the description below. So thank you so much for joining me for another video. It's been an honour and a pleasure to take you on this ramble with me as always. So I will see you next week in the next video. So enjoy yourselves. Bye.